everyone, welcome back. Thank you for sharing your energy with me today. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Jane. I am a psychic and an energy intuitive. On this channel, we connect with energies that bring messages to provide assistance with insight, guidance, education, truth, and confirmations to help you guide you on your soul's path. All of our sessions are timeless, so whenever you find this video, it's the right time for you. Don't try to force anything or try to make anything fit. If it resonates with you, then it's for you. Let the magic begin. Okay, so Spirit, I already did a reading this morning, and some weird things were going on. I was getting like a lot of buzzing in my ear. Well, both ears actually, but more on the left and then on the right. And it was really persistent. Also, I felt like I was moving and shifting like sideways. So I had to stop that reading for a little bit. I finished it. I haven't posted it yet, but it will come up soon in probably 3 days. However, I was asking, like I was done the reading and I was just asking Spirit, like, well, that was weird. Like, what was that all about? And why was I getting these weird and bizarre sensations? And Spirit gave me a little bit of information, but they wouldn't like release all the information. They wanted me to do a reading. So I'm here back later this afternoon doing a reading, another reading. So I don't know if this one is connected to the last one I did, because the last one I did was connected to the one prior to that. So until I get into it, I don't know. So some of the information that they at first they wouldn't give me any information, and then I just you know, did a little meditation and I got a few visions, and so they just wanted me to I was getting the information that time, or it's time, there's something about the time or the timing. They were talking about aligning with the universal energies, and like even my heart like skipped a beat, and that's when I heard aligning with, oh, I'm sorry, but oh shoot, that's a tick. Hold on. Okay, sorry about the interruption, folks, but that was a tick, and it had gotten on me 3 times. I thought it was just one of those jumpy spiders. I knocked it off, but I couldn't find it because it's the color of the carpet in this room. And but I'm going to tell you that has a significant meaning to me, because that got on me 3 or 4 times, I think. So ticks actually represent somebody like draining your energy, like a tick, like they just like embed themselves where they shouldn't, and you know, nobody likes them kind of thing, and they just draw on your blood. So I believe that somebody or a group of people, like at least up to 3 or 4 people, are could be draining your energy. And if they drain too much of your energy, it's going to deplete you. So that was something that was really important for me to tell you. Now I'm going to have to just wait until that thing gets back on me, and then I'll, you know, calmly remove it and get rid of it. But whew, I guess it's that time of year, right? So okay, so back to what I was doing. I was talking about like the buzzing of the ears, and I was shifting, and I didn't know what was going on, and about aligning with universal energy, which was funny because then the tick started getting on me on film or on camera. So I also had a vision of an octopus. Now, octopus, like the tentacles were moving around, and like the suction cups were really prominent into my face. So I was thinking that you know, something about clinging on. Oh, and then I get the tick on me, right? So octopi, really, they are like renewal and rebirth, because like an octopus, when it's being threatened, it can actually like sever one of its limbs and it can regrow. So the other thing too is they're very flexible, they're very smart, they can solve problems, they can solve puzzles, you know, they can camouflage themselves. They're very strong. And you know, it's something, you know, different about octopus too, is that they don't share any other DNA with any other animal or species on this planet. And, I think cats, they're even though they're part of the feline family, I don't think they share any of that bloodline either. Like the DNA, the house cats don't. Um, so it almost makes me think that, this is like a very, you're a very rare individual or individuals, because this is for these readings I do are for many people. They're telling me that I'm doing these videos that are going to be seen more in the future than they are in the present time. So, I guess they're bringing up that time again. Yeah. And I am starting to wonder if this really is related to that last video, because I saw visions of cats in that video when I did that video too. But the other thing is that they really want me to talk about is they showed me this the affinity, this, well, it's not an affinity, sorry, they showed me this this little triangle. I don't know if you can see it on camera, and it has like a little bit, it reminds me of like alchemy, and like the symbols of alchemy. So, and alchemy symbols are connected to the planets and like other celestial beings. They were really they go all the way back to like Egypt and Greece and somewhere else. I think it's Rome. Anyway, they're like old symbols that they use, and it's part of the ancient wisdom, but it was also so that only a select few would be able to understand them. Like if they left those symbols around, only people that understood those symbols would be able to get the messages, right? So what's the other thing too? And it was, and then they wanted me to talk about there was like this Swiss philosopher back I think it's the 16th century or something. His name is Paracelsius. Paracelsius, I think, is the name. Anyway, he assigned the four elements to the human, different parts of the human identity. So that's why they showed me that sign, because I think they want me to talk about those four elements, because that was the original um video, the very first one that I just uploaded today, actually. And they also brought out about the salamander. Now, I don't know what's going on with the salamander, but salamanders are really close to the earth, and there's some kind of messengers or something. I can't remember all the details about them. But with that, I'm just going to get on with the reading here. Now, they're asking me to pull out one card here to set it aside to read, and it's this deck here. So we're just going to third eye chakra. Yeah, that's reading that energy. And when I was getting like the weird energy that I was getting when I was doing that last reading, like it was like, when you're at the grocery store and you have like they have the conveyor belt, and you put the items on it and then they move it forward. Well, it's like it moves smoothly when it's moving, but when it starts and stops, it's like jerky kind of thing. Well, I could feel like that shift. So it was like this very slow shift. I was shifting sideways, and it it felt like though it was slow, it was really noticeable. Throat chakra too, yeah, because that had look in the earth. Okay, they were talking in that reading about the timeline shifting, or you're reaching higher energies or higher timelines or something like that. Yeah, so I think that's what this might have to do with that. Again, I think it might be an extension, because I was asking spirit. Oh, divine masculine, root chakra, that's that salamander. The frequency of the root chakra, the red flower of life, stimulates passion and supports your sense of security on this physical plane, both in our bodies as well as in the physical world. transition. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence and our lives, so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. And that's what they were talking about, that higher timeline. You don't want these ones. No. They're just, that root chakra was just for that salamander, like to stay well rooted, because I think they brought that up too. And with that tick getting on me 4 times, I think that is like, they're giving me some kind of warning about, you might get some kind of disruption or something. It's a perception. The frequency of perception supports our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, deep look at it. Is there anything else you want here, Spirit? Oh, look, and Gaia is on the bottom. And again, that's the earth. Okay. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to our great mother and to the universe that birthed us all. Yeah. And healing. Yeah, they're empowerment. Yeah, spirit, like consciousness. Yeah. And that root chakra again. Okay, so it's something to do with this perception. I think they want me to read what's in that book about the perception. Is that all there is to this deck, Spirit? Look, transition came out again. Okay. Oh, look, you know what I just noticed too? Oh, look on the bottom, Magick. The frequency of Magick supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond this moment, to move toward possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief and our manifestations. Wow, Spirit. Okay, so what I noticed here is 43 is also 7, and 35 is 8. So it's like 7, 8, like you're moving, you know, like you're moving to the next level, or to, yeah, to the next level. Okay, Spirit. All right. They were talking about magic in that last reading as well. So, okay, so we're just going to leave this here, magic here for now, I guess. Okay. The tower on that. All right, Spirit, what else? Okay, so they want me to move this one aside and begin with this one. Oops. You know, it's funny too, because they asked me to vacuum the room before I started this reading. So I'm surprised I didn't, oh, imagination. I'm surprised I didn't suck up that tick. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. That's that magic again. The imagination. Like that. Look. And then the change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Oh, Spirit. Is there anything else here? Okay, that's way too many, Spirit. Okay. One more. Fear, I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Yeah. Well, and that regret, that keeps popping out. I know that I cannot change the past. Anything else here, Spirit? No. Okay. So, you know, that's all that change too. That's that shifting the timelines. But the regret, I don't know. I know that I cannot change the past. But, you know, knowing that you can't change the past is, that's a lot of growth right there, right? That's that releasing. When you know that you can't change the past, it helps you move past it. Because you can't change the past. You can only be in the present. And that is probably what the message truly is for you here, being in the present. Is there anything else here, Spirit? Yeah, because I don't think you're having any peace. If you're going to be thinking about the past, it's not going to help. Yeah, I just saw the word blame pop out. Look, freedom. Yeah, it'll give you that freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. You know what? That was in reverse. But see, that's where they're talking about that manifestation thing with the imagination. You need to use your imagination. It'll help free you. And look, perseverance. That came out like 3 or 4 times upside down. And the same with the guilt keeps coming up too. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. That's releasing all that you can't change the past. And you know it's not going to help your soul's growth. Okay, Spirit. All right. Let me move that aside. You want me to keep this one out? They just want me to keep out this, look, Passion 34 too. So that 34 was, well, and it's just the reverse, 43 and 34. I'm pretty sure the number 34 was prominent in the other reading too. Okay, Spirit, what do you want here? Okay, so they want this one. Oh, swans on the bottom. See beyond the past. No kidding. Look, you can't change the past, so just see beyond it. Oh, look, right underneath is breakthrough. Huh. It's funny. Okay. That's that breakthrough into that change. So it's all into your imagination now. Okay, Spirit. Oh, almost there. Look, almost there. You're almost there. Look at that number 44 too. Okay, Spirit. That's another 8. Goes around, comes around. Okay. Focus on the big picture. Okay, Spirit. What is it that you want here? What's the other supporting energies that you want to show here? They're asking me abundance. Look at that. And the whale came out in the last reading too. So did the card abundance. Illusion. Break through that illusion. They were going to get me to split the deck, but then it looked like it was splitting for me. So, but they still want me to split it. Let me do one more. It just says here, keep trying. And the stars were a lot in the last reading as well. Prayer answered. Prayer answered. And even the hands, because I had a vision of the hand before the last reading. Okay, Spirit, I'm pretty sure that this is definitely something to do with, well, the star ended up back on the bottom. Keep trying again. Spirit, do you want to split it or do you want me to split it? Well, see beyond the past yet again. Okay, and then illusion. See, yeah, your magnetism through gratitude. See, I'm sure that you know, you can't change the past, so you're seeing beyond it now. And see, you have change, and then a swan, like a swan goes through all that. I mean, they transform into such a beautiful creature, right? And you know, like I'm really super hot too, and I don't usually get hot. Usually I have the chills. Look, action leads to success. That's the second time that came up. Spirit, what else do you want here? Spit one out. Oh, it's too many. Well, the stars again. Keep trying. Destiny path. Oh my God, that's the exact same as what I have here with that little pendant here. The triangle with the circle in it. I mean, this has the square, but that one doesn't have the square. But oh my gosh, it's almost completely identical there. Okay, Spirit, is there anything else in this here? Face your fear. And the key. And yeah, that's exactly part of the last. Look, I just shuffled that and it's back to destiny again. Immense growth. See, I'm telling you, that's all that change. Look, victory. The immense growth. And then you have attract through glow. And then victory. And that is that hawk. Spirit. Okay. Okay. Is there anything else here, Spirit? Oh my God, look. And I had a vision of an octopus. Evolve into your complexity. Oh, Spirit. You know, and you'll notice these are all water too. Okay, so they want me to bring these down here actually. It's the imagination. And keep trying. Oops, sorry. It went like this. It was seeing beyond the past because it's like the regret. Keep trying. And evolve into your complexity. And look, Destiny Path is out again. Oh my gosh. And so is this one. Prayer answers. I don't know what is going on with this reading. Okay. I'm surprised they brought out so many here because, Spirit, I wonder if all three of these will fit up here. Maybe. Yeah, they're asking me to put this here because this this has a lot to do with the rest of the reading here because they're talking about that alchemy, and they brought that symbol up not just here, but they brought that up with the with this deck as well. Okay, Spirit, what is it that you want now? Okay, so when I was shuffling this deck here, the fire one kept coming up. So, which makes sense because they want to talk about the elements here. So the element of fire heralds new life and positive transformation. Again, that's just another thing with this change here. So we're going to just pull a couple cards out here and see what Spirit wants to let us know about. Okay, Spirit. Ooh, that one flew in the air, but I'm back in. Oh, I think it's this one. Prosperity, a prosperous business with riches and success. Trinkify. Oh my gosh. Manifesting money and income. That is the 5, the exact same symbol. Number 26, also an 8. Spirit. You want this one. Look, I just said Spirit and it was right underneath. Okay. Manifesting money and income. Okay, do you want this? Okay, you have some kind of prosperity coming in here. Okay, spirit, heavenly assistance from your angels and guides. Yeah, they've been heavily into all of this. Okay, spirit, you want one more? They were actually telling me about like with this. Oh shoot, I don't know. I think that card boxed. That's it there. Look, fairy magic. Respectfully work with the fairies to achieve your goals. Okay. Can you see that? I think so. What else here, spirit? Yeah, I think they brought this because it's too hard for me to use the little one to show you what they're talking about with the... Okay, so we're going to discuss that in a minute. I just want one more card here. Okay. On the bottom, look, fire yet again. My God, look, number 17, that's another 8. They're heavy on the 8s and the 4s and the... Yeah, because 31 is also 4, 13 is also 4. Then you have 4 here. The enchanted evening, the perfect night. Look, and you have that star yet again. You know, and you have all the moon too. You know, and I see that the moon is here casting this shadow on this swan. Okay. Well, on target. They're telling me I'm on target. That's wishes come true. Okay, that's at manifesting. That's it. Okay. All right. So they want me to explain about the elements, since they brought out the element. It's to bring me back on track about those elements, because the elements here, I'm going to use this so I'm not, you know. Okay. So the information they want me to inform you about for the elements here, like for the 5 stars. So the top part is like spirit, your goal, which is like you, right? Like your higher self, or I mean, I guess you can look at it as like it's your angels or whatever, your connection, but the connection to the angels and the higher realms is through your higher self, right? So that is the top one. So then you have over here, you have air is this one, earth is this point, water is this one, and here I said I was going to use this, and then this one down here is fire. So, and of course, you know, it's funny because this is right down here on fire. You'll notice too that the star and the 555, that is transformation. Okay. So what they're saying here is that what they want you to know is with the air, that is like, air is like your plan, right? And then of course this one is you, the top one is you, or like I said, you could use this spirit. Earth is like your action, okay? And then you have over here is your water, which is your intention, because water is like a living, it holds memory. It's like a living being basically. And then this down here, this point down here is fire, and fire is like the will that you have within you. Okay, so like you'll see here, like the will is where you're, so that's why they brought out these colors too, because these colors are like where your sacral and your solar energy, that's where your fire lives, you know what I mean? And then you'll see right here, like even in the center, it has like your sacral color for your solar, your solar is the yellow and the sacral is the orange, right? And then it has, like, even here it has the blue, which is your voice again. So, and then here it even has like all these beams shooting off, which is like, you know, like your heart is, your heart is expanding. And that's why, like, they made me look right over here when I wanted to find the right word, and they were showing me how, like, her arms are opening and how the starfish is like sticking out and you know, expanding. And that's why with the octopus I could see like the tentacles and how like they were stretching out in front of me. And then also this also speaks like with the of the third eye and all that connection. And to work with the fairies, they're asking me to bring my fairy deck down, so I'm just going to grab that. There's a message here from that deck. Whoops. So let me see what they want us to know here from this deck. Ooh, it's new, so I haven't even, like, I can't even get it opened. This is what happens when they ask you to do things when I'm recording. Okay, sorry, spirit. Okay. Oops, kicking things. I think they want me to read something in it, so I'm just going to keep that book out here outside. Okay. So they want me to bring out a couple of these here. So, well, that was quick. Wait for winter. Oh my gosh. Because you know what? In that last reading, the December card came out too. During the colder months, the fairy queen of winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes, as long as your intentions are for the highest good of all. Oh, spirit. Look, friendship. Fairies and humans alike need friends. Now is the time to seek out those who will support you on your journey to fulfill your dreams. That's what we were talking about with this Magick here. Oh, spirit. What's this one? Wait for winter. You know, that really has that. They're talking about that last when it came out. It was in the round, one of my round decks. It came out December, and I wasn't really sure what the December meant. Maybe that's what it is. Like, oh, maybe you're working towards a new look. A flourish came out yet again. Okay, spirit. Is there another one? There we go. Celebration. Get ready to let your hair down and celebrate. It's time to go out to dance and play. An invitation could be on the way. And you know, that talked about dancing too in that last reading. I swear to God, spirit. Shine from within. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Look at the wings on her. Oh, you're going to soar. Looks are only skin deep. True beauty shines from within, and it's time for you to shine. This is a time for self-acceptance and for revealing your true beauty. Oh, that is beautiful, spirit. Yeah. That's with that friendship. That's really beautiful. Okay. They want me to bring out a couple animal oracles here. Do you want this one? Yeah, I split the deck, and it's on Guidance of the Scorpion. It's number 32, and you have 31 and then 32 here. Okay, so it's saying here that, you know, they just made me make note of the numbers that I have here, and I just looked down to see, and you have 23 here, which also is a 5. You also have 4 and 3, and the two of them together, and so you have 43 with the transition here, and then you have 43 with these two, and they also make, it's also a 7. And then 32 is also a 5. So there's a lot of repeated numbers here. Like you'll notice that, like even with because you have all the fives here, the fives here, and you have a lot of the eights and the fours. Like it's surprising. And it says here, I examine my own toxic tendencies. I am vulnerable with myself and others. And I think that's where they're talking about, like you've looked over your past and you're like, I can't change the past. I'm now going to see beyond the past. At least I'm going to keep trying to expand. And, you know, where I had that vision of that octopus, that's just confirmation after confirmation here. And that scorpion, like that, like it you know, inserts that poison into your skin. But, you know, and it's just kind of like that tick that was getting on me. And, you know, I'll tell you, like a tick can crawl around on you for 2 or 3 days before it starts to embed. So look, and cat. And that was part of the last reading too, the cats. I am curious about the unknown and embrace the new me that is emerging. Just like I was saying, like you're going on to that new timeline, Spirit. And the deer, I'm gentle with myself and release all blame and shame. Because like you were, like I was saying, like you're looking at the past and you're not holding anything against yourself. You're not blaming yourself. You're not holding yourself in that regret. You're moving on from all of that. Oh, Spirit, that's beautiful. And you'll know that these are like the earth symbols here. So you have earth, air, and then, you know, in the last readings, it was a lot about the air and, you know, like all the wings. And then you have the water. You have everything here. You have the air, water, and earth. You have all the elements popping out here. I don't know if you can see both of these cards. Spirit. And you have the guidance of the peacock. I celebrate my natural beauty. Yeah, you're celebrating yourself. That's beautiful. Okay, Spirit. It's all about that magic. Orca whales on the bottom. Okay, let's see what else is here. And then we're going to close the reading. Oh, they want me to read. I don't know if they want me to read one of those or not. We'll see. This one. Look at that. The orcas again. Dare to do things differently. Sing your wild song. Manifest your travel dreams. Look at that. And that's, again, the dreams that I was talking about how, like, to manifest your dreams. Oh my gosh. Okay, attempt the great journey with confidence. Be loyal. Friends and family are your treasures. And you know that. Spirit. Be brave. You are more powerful than you know. Oh, Spirit. That's amazing. Look, and the horses, freedom. Look, and that's freedom that come up again, because that freedom came up in that deck as well. And it says, your heart is pure and free. A gentle purpose calls, a greater purpose calls you. You are unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. And that wind, again, they're talking about that air element. Spirit. It is amazing. Oh, look. And grizzly bear is a power. And, you know, bears are really grounded to the earth as well. I honor my intuition and I go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strengths. I never give up. I will succeed. Absolutely, Spirit. Oh, is there anything else here that you want? Okay. I think that's it. Yeah, it's all about that transition and reception and yeah, being clever. Yeah. And the deer, look, that's deer again. So you have deer. Oh, these are two different decks. Look. And you have the deer came out twice. Look, with those birds. I'm telling you, the birds are messengers, right? Okay. Be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light of all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. Oh, that's really beautiful, Spirit. Look, and the felines again, the tigers. And, you know, and there it is, fire. Look at that. I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. And and I was literally just talking about that fire. And look, there's fire yet again. Oh, Spirit. I didn't even know, and I just split it on bear again. Look, and on eagle, mastery. You are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. Look, and that's the past. How many times did it come up about the past? About letting that go? You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. Okay, with that, I'm just going to close this reading. It was beautiful, Spirit. Yeah, I don't... is there anything else here that you want? They want me to bring out a chakra card here. Look on the bottom, sacral chakra, fertility. Let your life burst forth from the seeds of creation. Wow, that's that. I'm telling you, that's that magic. That's that manifesting that they're talking about. And they're saying how, like, and they brought up about the winter. So something really miraculous is going to happen through the winter or something. I don't know what that's about, but I guess we'll have to wait till winter to find that out. And I don't have a deck that has like the time frame, but it's probably worth trying to get one. Okay, what do you want to know here? Well, sacral again, letting go. Letting go is not giving up. Sometimes it's the first step towards success. Yeah, you might feel like you have to let go of something. Look, intuition. Intuition is a little tug that pulls you towards your light. Throat chakra, the amethyst. And I was noticing like all the purple here. Okay, so that's your intuition and your sacral. You want me to split it one more time? Okay, let's do that on camera. Well, sacral yet again. Passion, turn your fear of change into excitement for change. Tiger's eye. Look, and then it had the tiger's like spirit. And then it's got the cat. Well, so the sacral, they're really talking about that sacral a lot here. So yeah, okay, there you go. And like the orcas are also about the about the voice. In deer, when there's trouble, they bleat. Like they make a bleating sound. So they communicate as well. So that, again, that's the voice. And cats, they have that that purring and that frequency of healing. Okay, Spirit, that's very beautiful. So I hope this has been very helpful to the collective. And I hope you've learned a lot about the elements and how they are positioned for the human. And that you can get this new perception now, this new perspective that you needed. And do you want me to read that perception, Spirit? They said no, because you understand what's going on, that you'll understand all of this, because this is going to reach the people that it's meant to reach. So, this magic is really important here. So with that, Spirit, I'm just going to close this reading. Thank you for the beautiful message. And I hope this is going to be very helpful to the collective. And I hope this is going to help you on the next leg of your journey, whatever that may be. We're all in different places. So with that, just going to send you love and light and hope that this finds you well.